何？お前はもう死んでいる。
Mega Man is an event-exclusive 5-star Fire Wand unit, who brought a very interesting playstyle to the table, with his features taking homage to the Mega Man series. He debuted in the Mega Man collaboration event, as a free character given to anyone who participated in the event. As a wand unit, Mega Man does not behave like a wand unit at all. His weapon is always his standard Pishita regardless of whatever weapon is equipped. His dragon will always be Rush regardless of any dragon equipped by him, and his dragon skill would always be the same. With that out the way, let's look into his stats first before his kit, shall we? His stats are below average, almost at the bottom of the pack, especially considering that he is an attack unit, not like unit type correlates to stats anyway. This means that he'll have a hard time dealing and taking damage, and would have to rely heavily on equipment and teammates to boost his damage and survivability. What about his skills? His skills have a maximum level of 1, which limits his damage output. However, his skills charge differently from normal skills. Both of his skills require ammo from the gauge right here, which is charged with basic attacks. When activated, the skills consume the gauge and revert back to basic attacks once the gauge is emptied. His first skill allows him to shoot metal blades that deal one hit of 50% damage in a line and inflicts bleed. Yeah, you heard me right, 50% damage. Granted, both skills charge fast, and he can fire multiple hits before the gauge is emptied. The skill can be cancelled anytime, but why the heck would you do that? Plus, bleed is a good damage over time skill, and being the only fire unit that has bleed in his standard kit is pretty amazing in this regard. His second skill deals a maximum of 400%, specifically 4 hits of 100% damage. Again, it can be cancelled anytime, but why would you want to use his Pishita when his leaf shield deals more damage? The leaf shields spin around Mega Man and deal damage to everyone around Mega Man like a Beyblade, and will be launched by the user's tap or after a while. Keep in mind that both of these skills are not affected by skill haste, skill prep, skill damage, inspiration, and energy level. This will be very important when choosing his equipment later on. Next up is his co-abilities. His nominal co-ability increases damage towards overdrive enemies by 15% and allows the overdrive bar to deplete faster. This co-ability is very impressive, allowing the team to totally wreck the overdrive bar, breaking the enemy faster. His chain co-ability is mediocre at best, with a high HP requirement for little gaining wind resistance. I call this no stunks. His abilities range from totally crap to relatively OP. His first ability increases damage to event bosses and changes his dragon to Rush. This ability is just useless outside of the event, which had already ended. I see no reason this skill is useful at all. His resistance skill is 100% stun resist, which should be a staple to most 5-star fire units at this point. His last ability works perfectly with his co-ability, allowing Mega Man to shred the overdrive bar faster than anyone else on the team. With his peculiarities out of the way, let's proceed to the equipment section. For his Wimprints, since his first skill inflicts bleed, anything that boosts his strength is preferable. His relatively high attack rate compared to other units allows him to utilize flurry strength to increase his strength for his bleed. Wimprints that further accelerate overdrive bar depletion can also work well with him. Here are the Wimprints that can work with him, with the best one among them being a Flash of Genius as it increases his strength and survivability. For dragons, any strength dragon will do. For weapon, the higher the stats, the better. The Agito weapon, the High Brunhilde wand, and Chimeratech wand are good options with their good stats. The 5-star Imperial weapon is a budget option with healing that increases his survivability. If you equip anything that boosts his skills in any regard, I would consider you as. Now that you know how to play Mega Man, please do yourself a favor and just build another unit. Seriously, there are other units out there that are significantly better than him in almost every conceivable way. His gauge deceleration gimmick, that makes him a P, is overshadowed by better units that can just equip imprints that have gauge deceleration skills. His ability to bleed may be impressive, but you can just equip bleeding shared skills on any other unit to enable bleed. His high attack rate doesn't really matter as his DPS is still considerably low. Though I do think he is useful at times, he isn't a unit worth your precious gold testaments. That's all from me. Moga out.